What's going on, everybody? Come on in, everyone. Happy Sunday. Gonna give it a few minutes, trying to queue up everything real quick. Mike, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Demetrius, good evening. Good to see you. Corey, what's up, man? Hope you all are having a good day. Good weekend, restful weekend, I hope. Teddy, Christina, hello. Theron, what's up, brother? Jeff, hello. Eric, what's up, man? Andrew, good to see you, bro. Gonna give it a few minutes. Paul, how's it going? What's up, Pops? My dad's here, throwing him up real quick. Hugh, how's it going? Tanner, good to see ya. Come on in, everybody. Jake, what's going on, man? Happy Sunday. Shane, we go in beast mode. Let's go. I took a nap today for the first time in like a year, so that was nice. Got a little bit of rest on this Sunday. Watched a little bit of golf. Eric, what's up, man? Gonna give it like one more minute, guys, and we're gonna get started. Going to review what our quarter's looking like. Kind of make sure that we stay on track with that. Sean, how's it going? Tanner, your secret's safe with me, man. Yeah, so we're going to review kind of where we're at. We're going to review the referral program. I have a top 5 list right now, but we'll review that, and then we'll talk about what we're working on for the week, and then open it up for some question and answers and get ready to crank it out this week. Gabriel, good to see you, man. Give it like one more minute. People are still coming in. Watching from my vacation in Florida. That sounds nice. It's we got like 4 inches of snow today in Iowa, so I'm jealous. Hope you're staying warm. Chance, yes, let's do it. Ready for a good week. Ready for a great week. Live in Florida. Michael, that's cool, man. But must be rough. Must be rough with those Florida winters. Jeez, what is all this, man? Come on now. I was looking on my weather app today and what the weather was like in Florida. Yeah. 6 inches of snow here today in Iowa, maybe 4 inches. That could be a little exaggeration, but got a whopping 28 degrees. Left Minnesota for warmer weather. Sandra, good move. Detroit, tons of snow. I heard you all got hit a ton up there. Eric. Eric lives down in Texas. Man, I hope you all are doing better. I was watching the news today. Hope things are going good there. -1 to 70 degrees a week in Texas. That is crazy. All right, guys, come on in. We had another like 10 people jump in, so maybe give it another minute, and then we'll start cranking through some content and material and plans, and then we'll open it up for some questions and get ready to crush this week. Texas was 70 degrees today. That's crazy. And my neighbors are going to Corpus Christi next week or this weekend. They're leaving the Iowa winter behind for a week. Cool, guys. All right, let's get started. Thanks again for everyone taking some time on your weekend to jump on and chat about Stonks and what we're trying to do, where we're trying to go. And so everyone, I just shared my screen. I'm going to give it a minute because there's like a 30-second delay on my end. But if you can see my screen, I'm recording it right here too, so I can see. So I'm going to wait till I see that popping up on my screen. Let's see here. What's going on? Boom, there we go. You all should see my screen here in about 5 seconds. But if you can see my screen, just go ahead and let me know. You should see Stonks trading. Yep, there it is. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump in. I have like 4 or 5 slides for us today. About 5 minutes of review, what we covered last week. Going to talk about the referral program just a bit more. And then we'll move into some, I have some screens to share for you guys today. And then we'll move into some question and answers here at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in again, kind of like our overarching mission statement for Stonks, for anybody that wasn't here last week during our Ask Me Anything. But Stonks Trading believes that every voice needs to be heard on Wall Street. And therefore, we're trying to do something that really has never been done before, but we're planning on having 500,000 co-founders of this company. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to give half of this company away. And obviously with the goal of being a publicly traded company, either through a SPAC or a direct listing. That's obviously the goal for us as a company. But we want to have 500,000 people own this company. So truly a company owned for and run by the people, without investment banks, without big Wall Street banks funding us. And so truly a company owned by the people. And so how we plan on getting there, we're just going to review Q1 into Q2. So for those of you that don't know, our fiscal year ends the last day of December. So our fiscal quarter ends at end of March, and April will begin a new quarter. And so our goal is to have 50,000 users or 50,000 people on the wait list that will hopefully turn into users of our trading platform, which will give us a monthly revenue of $400,000. MRR stands for monthly recurring revenue. And so that is our April, May into June goal. So again, for those of you that weren't on the Ask Me Anything last week, we are building the app right now. We are still on track for an April launch date. And so by that April, May 1st timeframe, I would love it if we could all work together to hit that 50,000 user goal with spending very, very little on marketing and advertising. And so what our current cost, customer acquisition cost, which is CAC for short, is about $1.08 per waitlist sign up. And so by implementing the referral program last week, guys, we have completely wiped out our advertising costs, because you guys have pretty much replicated what we were doing in ads. And so we're doing about 150, 200 people a day that are just being referred, which is phenomenal. And so that's how I believe we're going to hit that 50,000 user goal, is by word of mouth and referrals. And so last week, we implemented a referral program. And so kind of how that works for all you guys that are catching up. I know I didn't. Oh, hold on, guys. I turned on my robot vacuum cleaner. Hold on. Sorry. User error. The robot got me. So anyways, how that works is you refer somebody. We could have built out a pretty complicated referral system, which we probably will as we grow more, and as this can be handled by myself and a couple other people. Like my wife's been helping out a lot, and a buddy of mine. But so we'll probably implement a more robust link tracking system as we grow. But for now, if you guys refer somebody in that wait list form, we just added a section that says who referred you, so that we can give that person 5 free shares as a thank you. And so people are doing really well at writing the names down. So that's how we're tracking referrals right now. At the end of each month, we will calculate that and then add your referral shares to the cap table. So just note, like, if you refer 5 people today, we're giving 5 free shares away for every person that you refer. If let's say you refer 5 people today, they sign up, that's 25 shares of our company that's coming your way. But we're going to calculate those at the end of each month. So if you have questions on that, save them to the end, because I can't see your questions right now through this presentation. But happy to dive into that a little bit more. Okay, so we're running a competition right now. I love competition. I was a Division I wrestler, and so I love to compete. I was a sales guy for a long time on a sales team, and then I owned my own sales company, and I love to compete there. And so what we're doing, we're running a competition for the people that refer the most people to Stonks. And so we have the leaderboard. I'm putting into an Airtable, which is a spreadsheet, like a Google Doc kind of, a Google Sheet. And then we will post that in our community page and on our Facebook group page. So if you are not a member of our Facebook group page, just request to be added and we will add you in there. But we will it's going to be a running leaderboard. So we will add that throughout the week or at the end of each day. But you guys can keep track. Yeah, so that would be posted there. And then a person that refers the most people to Stonks by March 15th, we're going to give you $1,000 as a thank you and as a competition, and probably send you some swag and a plaque and stuff too. But anyways, I didn't put last names in here for now, just because I want to make sure that I'm protecting people's privacy as well. But our top 5 right now are Andre, Demetrius, that are tied for Demetrius. I think I spelled your name wrong. Sorry about that. Tied for first with 8 referrals in like 5 days. Corey and Kale are tied with 7, and then Eric W has 6. I did just a quick look, and so this may be Kale. You might have one more in there, but anyways, this is the top 5 right now. And then there's like people that with 5, 5, 4, 3, and so y'all are crushing it, man. Like, this is crazy. But super proud of this group, super proud of this community that we're building. And there's just more to come. We're just growing. I think we got like 7 more just while we were on this call. So yeah, keep it up, guys. That is how we're gonna hit our Q1, Q2 goal. If we all do our part to refer people to Stonks. Okay, guys. Real quick, I wanted to show you some more updates to the trading screen. You'll see in front of you on the left. So these are just mock-ups. These are not final iterations of our platform. But what I wanted to do is be able to add more functionality into the clean interface that some of us are so used to having. And so I know as a trader myself, something that was frustrating for me if I was using Robinhood or whatnot was the lack of time frames, the lack of indicators, and just a lack of flexibility with what I needed to be able to trade. So on the left-hand side, what you're seeing is a button. The 1D will be the time frame button. When it's not pushed, it will shrink back down and visualize what time frame you're on. If you hit that, it's going to expand open, and then you're going to be able to change the time frames that you have or that you want to see. In the middle of the screen, so the developers should have this for us tomorrow, we're going to have an indicators button. And we're going to choose like the top 5, 7 indicators that most people use. So RSI, moving average, MACD, money flow index, just those major indicators. And it's going to work in the same fashion. So it's going to disappear from the screen almost down into one button. But then if you push it, it's going to expand. And then you'll be able to put an indicator that overlays over the trading chart. And then finally, on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see kind of this arrow button. That's also going to expand. You're going to be able to change the chart from line to candlestick to bar. We'll probably have 5 or 6 in there. But anyways, guys, so we have a light mode and a dark mode. You'll see at the top toggle button, so you can toggle light mode, dark mode off. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys the progress that we're making. We're really focusing on the trading interface right now to give us more flexibility in our trades. But anyways, yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. On the right-hand side, on the light side, the light mode, not really liking how light the buttons are, so we're going to adjust that. But if you have any other suggestions for us, then shoot them my way. But that's kind of where we're at as it stands through the weekend. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and open it up for some questions, comments, things that you notice with the trading. Yeah, but would love to hear what you guys think, how the referral program's going, kind of what feedback that you're getting from friends that you're sharing with. Yeah, so let's go ahead and open up some questions. Let me scroll through here real quick. I notice sometimes things stagnate at Vanguard. Thad, that's a good question, man. I think I know what you mean, but can you go ahead and rephrase? We're not owning a fund, and so I think that's what the Vanguard Investors Fund is. The actual company is owned by all of us, right? And so rephrase that, yeah, because I know Vanguard for sure is not owned by just common folks like us. So maybe rephrase that if I'm not understanding, but we don't have a fund, but it's a company that we all own. So sorry if I don't understand that, but yeah, go ahead and rephrase it. How do you differentiate referrals between, okay, let me throw this up. How do you differentiate referrals between people with the same name? If we put down Joe Smith as a referral and there's 3 of them here, how do you know who to give credit to? Keith, fantastic question. We are working on, so the reason why I didn't go with the referral program right away, because I wanted to get something up, but the referral programs that I was looking at with the amount of people that we have is going to be about $2,500 a month to run, just off the shelf. And so we're looking at options to keep our costs low. But this is one of the things that I'm working through is what happens if you have the same name. Right now, we have everybody's email, so there is a little bit of cross-checking that we're able to do, but that is something we're going to have to address. So I'm glad you brought that up. In fact, can you text me this exact question so that I can remember? Because I think we can create referral tracking in Airtable, which is the sheet tracking software that we're going to use to track our leaderboard. But shoot me a text with this question so that I can put it on the to-do list for the week. But that's a great question. Should we put email as a referral? Yeah, you know what? That's well, your friend might not know your email address, so I think this might go back to the same concern. We have to track it eventually. I just didn't want to blow $3,000 last week on getting a referral system in place. But this is something we have to address this week. So so I appreciate you bringing it up. I like the UI interface. Been with you since January 30th. I want to say, are you doing great? I think I missed the info. Oh, yeah. So thanks. Hey, appreciate you being here from the beginning. That's for sure. Will that be visible somewhere? Yes. So I did address it real quick, but I'll readdress it again. We're building an Airtable that's going to be on our Facebook group page. So it's a private page. Anybody that wants to, that is a part of Stonks that wants to be in it, of course, you're welcome to come into it. And then on our community page, and so our community page is community.trystonks.com. We're also going to post that. It's going to be updated at the end of each business day, so that it's going to get as live as we can possibly get it. Yeah, so hope that answered your question. Yeah, Justin, yeah, you're exactly right. The problem that I ran into this week when I was vetting platforms to do this, I looked at Referral Rock, Tapfiliate. You have to have something you're selling, and so we're not selling anything right now. They were going to cost about $2,500, $3,000 to get up and going right away. So I wanted to do a little bit more due diligence, but then be able to get the referrals out. We haven't run into any of those problems yet, but I do know they're coming, especially as the numbers grow. There's going to be more duplicates for sure. But yeah, so we're working on that solution for sure. If anybody knows any referral programs that I may have missed, please go ahead and shoot me shoot me a link. If you refer someone with them, sorry, Gabriel, I'm having a hard time understanding. If you refer someone, will you get 5? I think you're saying, will you get 5 shares? Yes, if you refer somebody to Stonks, we're going to give them 5 shares, and we're going to give you 5 shares as a thank you for that. Can we just use the Google Pages suite to make a form? Mike, I looked into that. I think we need to look into that more. The problem is there isn't, from what I understand about the Google suite, is there's not a like evergreen referral program attached to one person that can be whipped up pretty quick. But again, looking into that for sure. Corey, QR codes. I was looking at QR codes this weekend. Again, I think it's the same problem because we'd have to develop a QR code for each individual person, which is the same for the referrals, right? And so now there's one thing that I am talking with somebody about tomorrow is we can mint a like loyalty crypto token hashed on the Bitcoin Cash network, which operates on a QR code. There would be no monetary value to it, but it would track. So like whoever has that QR code, it will, and then would build the ledger based on where they got it from. So I'm looking into that. I'm pretty novice on like how the inner workings of that works. So I'm talking to someone about that tomorrow. But we could essentially mint a token that would have no monetary value, but it would have a loyalty type value to it, so that we could track referrals. So anyways, keep these ideas coming because they're super helpful with how we build this out. And a bonus to most refers by March 15th, get 1,000. Yeah, so I think things should be rewarded. I'm obviously teaching my kids that you don't get a participation trophy just for hanging out. And so like the winners should be rewarded. And that's what should drive, to win. So yeah, throwing in $1,000 to the person that wins, I think is awesome. Leslie, in that form, if you fill out the form on our website, trystonks.com, it says, ask for your first name, your last name, your email address. Then question number 4 is who referred you. We'd love to say thank you and send them 5 shares. I just looked at it like 5 minutes ago. So maybe redo it, or you can shoot me a text and I can definitely add you under him. Phone number as referral. That could work as well. The problem is that would take probably 5 or 6 employees to be able to aggregate all the data. And so at that point, then we're just going to get a software platform that can do it for us for $3,000. But that's a fantastic idea for sure. Still no shares or emails, so I went in and refilled out form. Oh, okay, guys. Please do not do this unless you didn't fill the form out. If you did fill the form out once, we have the data. So we are caught up through February 11th or 12th. Actually, I can look at the sheet right now. Stand by one moment. We are caught up through, and this is for the shares, guys, the stockholder agreements, shareholder agreements. We are caught up through February 17th. So everybody before February 17th that got a share or that got free shares, you should have either gotten an email from PandaDoc or Gust.com, GUST.com. Check your spam, check your folders, search for them. If you put in the wrong email, obviously that we couldn't get it to you. Also, there was a lot of people that didn't put their last name or put in a fake name. So if that was one of you that wasn't sure what this is and put a funny name in, you obviously wouldn't have got anything. But please do not duplicate it because that just creates more work for us. But if you fill out the form, we have the data, and you'll get it. But check from PandaDoc or Gust.com, or shoot me a text. I know some of you text me today with another email address. Just haven't gotten around to that yet. Do you have to mail IRS every time you buy stock? What is the address? Steve, I don't know. I'm not an accountant. I wish I knew, but I don't know. On the 83B form, the address should be on that form. So maybe check there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, yeah. Let's give a shout out to Corey real quick, guys. He's crushing it. He's been bugging me about taking over the Twitter account for like 5 days now, which I still need to get him the stuff. But he is absolutely crushing it on Twitter. Corey, put in the comments who got back to you today. I started to read through that tonight, but Corey absolutely crushing it. See, this is him bugging me about. I'm glad he is, but this is him bugging me about getting the password to the Twitter account. Corey, it's coming, bro. Promise. Robert, I can't promise anything, bro. We just have to focus on building the company. But I want to be rich, so that's obviously the goal. I referred already, but the giveaway, does that still count? Oh yeah, so anybody that the giveaway counts for sure. So everybody that you referred in February is going to count to that. And so go ahead and shoot me a text or an email at hello@trystonks.com and tell me who you referred, and I'll get that added to the sheet. Also, guys, go follow our Twitter and Instagram. Instagram's super lame right now. Sorry, guys. Eric has been bugging me about that too, about getting that, getting the password there. So I'm working on that, guys. I know it's really important that we keep the momentum going. Brendan is crushing it for us on Reddit right now. We got like 5 referrals from Reddit today. Corey is crushing it on Twitter. All the mods that we have in the community are crushing it. And then Eric, I know, needs the password to Instagram still. I'm working on it, guys. It is coming for sure. Keep the 1,000, give me 1,000 in Stonks shares. Y'all get what you want. If that's what the winner wants, that's what the winner gets. If you have Microsoft Word, you can create QR codes. Gabriel, I did know that, but I still think it's following the same problem. Like, we would have to generate QR codes for every single person, and then be able to build a system that automatically tracks it into a spreadsheet and aggregates the data. At that point, it would just be worth buying a platform that does it off the shelf. And so that's what I'm still evaluating for sure. I thought it didn't work the first time. Mike, no worries. It's all good. No worries. So referrals are the most important actionable item for us thus far. Referrals are for the group as a whole, referrals are the most important action item for 2 reasons. One, it keeps the ad spend to 0 for us, which means we can put more dollars into building the app. And so my action item obviously is to keep this momentum going, leverage you guys that want to help with building out the social media presence, and then keep the developers on track with getting our app launched at the end of April. So those are my action items, and the action items for us as a group is to get the word out and get 500,000 people as shareholders of our company. So that is the global action item, and then my personal day-to-day action items is making sure the app gets built so that we can start trading on it in April. Any news on logo? Yes, I have a final meeting with a graphic designer tomorrow that sent me like 20 mock-ups, and so I will be able to share that hopefully with our Ask Me Anything on Tuesday, the final one or the final 3, so we can all vote on it. Yeah, so it's coming, and then we're gonna pump out swag and pump out probably a new rebranding of our website and everything as well. What drives you to create this platform? That's a fantastic question that probably would take a whole podcast to talk about. But the high level of this, if you guys weren't on the first Ask Me Anything, I kind of talked about what my background is. And so this is my 4th company. 2 of them I've successfully exited. That means I made a profit and sold it for a profit. The first one I merged with a marketing agency, and then the second one I sold. I was working on a third company when at 5 a.m. on, I think it was Wednesday, 4 Wednesdays ago, I was reading through the headlines, and just like all you guys were, I was invested into stocks that got shut down by the overlords of Wall Street. And so I just woke up, I looked at my wife, and I was like, we got to do something about this. And with my tech background, with my knowledge of the software landscape in Silicon Valley and everything, I knew that I could get an app built that's really just project management and knowing how to allocate resources and getting the right team together. But then what really drives me is you guys. That's straight up, like, doing something for the common people like us that gives everybody a voice, right? And like, how do you argue? Sorry, I'm getting on a little pedestal right now, but like, how do you argue against 500,000 shareholders of a privately held company when they're all tired of being messed with, right? And so that is what gives me drive to build a platform for the people and for us. And so it's something I want to use as well. Like, obviously, like, if I own a trading platform, like, I'm going to use it. But really, it's like to make a statement to Wall Street, to, the overlords that dictate what we do, and say, like, hey, look, like, when you piss us off enough, like, we're actually going to do something about it. And so that's what gives me drive. Happy to go a little bit more on that. Maybe I'll do a little podcast or something talking about that. But that's what gives me drive for sure. Stocks day trader. I still haven't got any shares. I filled up the first day. I don't know who this is, Stocks day trader. Send me your name real quick and I'll look into it. But if you signed up the first day, you would have got an email from gust.com, and I'll put it up right here real quick. GUST.com or PandaDoc. And that's where it should come from. You have to submit that to your tax person. Thanks, Gabriel. Yeah, appreciate that. How long have you been involved in the Stonks industry? As like a personal trader, I don't know, 10 years. But I think this came after I just gave my little background. But I don't know, I've been probably day trading and investing for 10, 12 years or so. New to Twitter, but think I've been following wrong account named Stonks Trading. Yeah, it's at TryStonks is the Twitter handle. Paul, glad you're a part of this too, my friend. For sure. Maybe QR for linking the pages like Twitter and Facebook. Gabriel, I think that's a good idea as well. And it's something we could just put on the website so that we can use the website as like a hub for our social accounts for sure. Eli, I just gave the story right above. How to buy more Stonk shares once you get everything running with the app? Well, Josh, there's a few things that we're thinking of. Obviously, our end goal is to go public, and so you'd be able to buy it on a public exchange. But the more near-term goal is we're finishing up our paperwork with a platform called WeFunder. And WeFunder operates under regulation crowdfunding, which is an SEC rule that we have to follow. Don't get me started on that horse right now. But anyways, so SEC rule, which is regulation crowdfunding, has to be done through a platform, and WeFunder is one of those platforms. And so what we're going to do there is they take care of all the paperwork, all the feature shareholder agreements, the cap table and everything, which will make our life a lot easier so that we can just focus on giving the company away and then letting people buy more of the company for sure. So we're finishing up the paperwork. I have to get a signature from a CPA tomorrow or Tuesday. And that's a GAAP financials. GAAP stands for General GAAP. You can look it up. General Accepted Accounting Principles, I think is what it is. Yeah, so we have to get that signed off. Even though that we had no revenue last year, obviously we're a brand new company. But we still have to put the financial statements out there to raise a round of that magnitude. And so anyways, that's coming. I should have an update on that Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, so that you all can buy more equity in the company or profit sharing. We're still looking at what the different terms on that looks like. Will we vote? Will we vote if merger or buyout happens? If so, what percentage vote required? Hugh, that's a good question. That's all in our bylaws, and we are a C corporation filed in the state of Delaware, and it takes majority, the majority approval of our C corporation to do something. Right now, I'm the only board member. We're building the board. That's an action item for myself this week, and we've only given away like 3%, 5%, something like that of the company. So I still have 95% of the voting rights. But that's because we started 3 weeks ago. But the goal is to have 500,000 shareholders that for each share has a vote. And so that's just how C corporations work. So I mean, if we ever decide to merge with somebody or get an attractive offer to buy us, or we go public, then yeah, we'll have to take a shareholder vote, and that's all governed in our bylaws, which you should have if you got your shareholder agreement already. Robert, no worries, man. Send them to the website, trystonks.com, and then have them fill out the form. In there it says who referred you, and they'll just put your name, and then you'll get it. For tracking referrals to help automate the process, how about we all create a unique tiny URL link a newcomer would produce at sign up, considering that we have all this pseudonyms on a variety of platforms, which would make it crazy to link a funnel full. Scott, let me read through this again when I have more time to process it. Again, that's going to run into the same problem of we would need pretty much like a data analyst in the back end aggregating all the data. And so at that point, it becomes like, okay, we can buy a $3,000 a month software to do that, so we don't have to hire an employee to aggregate all the data. That's a good idea, but I just think like at that point it just becomes we would have to have an employer or two to aggregate the data. Can we buy more Stonks shares? Josh, if I didn't answer this question about 2 minutes ago, let me know. I'm happy to rephrase it again. But we're gonna do it through WeFunder. Corey, hit me up after this. I don't know, like on the main page or on the group. Let me know. Shoot me a text. What are the company names that you closed down to start this? If you guys go to my LinkedIn, Anthony Hughes, it has my entire background. But the last company that I had was called SalesTap. I called 14 clients. I started it like 2 months ago. I had 14 clients. Called them like 5 days after I started this and told them I was shutting it down. So before that was a company called Better Growth, which is still around. And then before that was a company called SD Remote, which merged with Better Growth. But if you go to my LinkedIn, Anthony Hughes, on LinkedIn, then you'll see my background. Will there be day trading regulations? Mike, unfortunately, this is a good question. This isn't the first time it's been asked. Unfortunately, this is not a Robinhood rule or a TD Ameritrade rule or any rule outside of the SEC. So it's a pattern day trading rule. The SEC, it's an SEC rule passed down by Congress. And so unfortunately, as much as I would love to have anybody day trade if they have less than $25,000, that is not a rule that we are able to change. Not yet, at least. Hopefully with a company owned by the people, we could make some noise on that. This is the pedestal I didn't want to go down because it frustrates me that, and I'm not going to go too far into it right now, but what frustrates me is there's rules where you can't day trade $5,000, but you can put your house, you can go to a loan shark in Vegas and put your house up on, on a loan and put $100,000 on red without any red tape. So anyways, I'm not going to get on that pedestal right now, but unfortunately, day trading rules are not an Anthony Hughes rule or a Stonks rule or a broker dealer rule. It's passed down from the real hierarchy of the United States government. Did we discuss fee transfers? No, I'm talking with Webull this week. I was also thinking about this, Corey. I was tossing around some ideas that like if we had people pay like for a year, so we're like looking at like between $5 and $10 a month for the trading platform for revenue, so we can start bringing in revenue. I was thinking that if Alpaca doesn't cover the fee transfer, I think Robinhood's $75 or something like that. But if Alpaca doesn't cover that, then maybe if we have people pay for a year subscription up front, then Stonks would cover it. Because so anyways, throwing those ideas around. I have a call in with Alpaca on Tuesday morning, so I'm going to be able to get better answers on this. But yeah, I think it would be awesome if we could take care of it for sure. Yeah, Mike, it's $75. Thanks for that. Let's just put this up while I scroll for another question. Drewski, yeah, this is a good question. When someone we refer registers, they need to put your first and last name in. If they only put your first name in, that's not going to be good enough because we have a lot of duplicates on the first name. I was thinking about adding an email in there, but most of the time I'm thinking that, if somebody sees your post on Facebook or something, they may not know your email. So first and last name for now, just while we're working on getting the tracking piece in place. Justin, let's just go ahead and put that up. Yep, as worth not. Okay, that's a good question. Thanks for the questions. Do you have a 20 or 100-year plan for this company? Eli, no. This isn't 1900s anymore, my brother. Technology changes. So this is Moore's Law. Technology changes doubles every two, what was it? Moore's Law doubles every 2 years or something like that. So unfortunately, I would hope that we can sell this company or take it public in the next 5 years and then build more like of a Berkshire type Hathaway or Berkshire Hathaway type company where we buy companies and we buy massive stakes in companies and have real estate holdings and stuff. So I have a plan outside of just the trading app that maybe we should spend a session on, like me just mapping it out. But I want to allocate our resources not to paying, like, guys, look, I want to operate this company on 30%, right? So we have 70% profits at the end of the day. That comes by not paying executives, $40 million for nothing, paying people a ton of money just to exist in the company. Like, I want to either reinvest that back into buying up other companies or paying out dividends or growing our market share through mergers and acquisitions. So 100-year plan, no. I don't think that far in advance. I think more like, how can we get this app up and going in April? And then, like what is some diversification that we can do as a company? But more like a 3-year plan, like how we start allocating resources within 3 years. Steve, you're welcome, man. I am very, very transparent. So, that's I think that's good for what we're trying to build. And so I'm definitely an oversharer when it comes to my belief systems and passions and what keeps me up at night and what motivates me. Yeah, thanks, man. Andrew, the power is in David and Goliath narrative. Everybody loves it. Yeah, dude, you ain't wrong, bro. Like, and that's what we're trying to create for sure. I know, just started. Do you have a target date where we can trade with you? Steve, I'm assuming trading like with the app, I believe is what you mean. And if that's the case, then yes, we are still on track to have that app completed by end of April. And then we're going to beta test it, obviously, before we release it to the masses, right? And then we'll be able to trade hopefully end of April, beginning of May on the app for sure. Will there be an IPO? I hope so, or a SPAC or direct listing or something. That's the goal, for sure. As an exit, I have a goal of us having a party. Whoever can attend, when we ring that bell on the New York Stock Exchange. The goal is to go public. Obviously, I can't make any promises, but I promise you, I'm going to work 16 hours a day to make that a reality. So, that's the goal, is to go public. Mike, have a good night, brother. Thanks for stopping by, man. Have a good night. Be safe, and we'll chat. We'll chat next time. Corey, I have to do another count, but we should be closing in on 5,500. But I'm going to have a running total here after we figure out the referral program. We should be close to 5,500. But it's growing, and all that growth now is from referrals, which is very key to what we're trying to build. So anyways, I'll get us a count for sure. Maybe one day we can buy Disney if they're around, brother. No, that'd be, or at least 9% of Disney, or 10%. That'd be cool. Is there a cool layout or paragraph we can copy and paste? Oh, Robert, this is good. So I started building a content calendar this weekend. Yesterday, I stayed up pretty late yesterday working. But then I'm when it's done, I should get it done by midday tomorrow. I'll put it on our Facebook group and on our community page. Let me throw that up again. If you guys are not in our community, we're working on building that out even more this week. That will have like approved content that we want sent out over all of our platforms. Also, for you moderators and people that are moderating on social media, I think Monday or Tuesday, we're gonna have like a moderator meeting, so we can talk about like best practices, the synchronizing on the message, what we want to say, what we don't want to say from a like PR standpoint right now as we're growing. And so I'll let you guys know. So we're putting out that content for you guys. I'm hoping to have it done midday tomorrow so that we can have a synchronized message for sure. Drewski, this is a good question. It is really high on my priority list. And so I've narrowed the broker dealers that I would love to partner with. I'll just tell you guys, one of them is Gemini, which is the Winklevoss twins. They have a crypto trading platform. And so if the API is what I think it is, similar to Alpaca, we're going to launch the stocks trading, shorting and going long. And then like, I would love to launch the crypto like within a month from there. So just depends on the API, how fast the engineers can turn out another integration. But because it's working from the same user interface and user experience, just plugging it in should be a piece of cake. So it's definitely high up on my priority list for sure. And then maybe moving into Forex after that. But so anyways, thanks for the question. That's good. Josh, sounds good, man. Anthony is transparent as glass man. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. I am for sure. How close to our launch goal for referrals? Andre, rephrase this. I don't know if I understand the question. I would love 50,000 people for the launch, and so I'm hoping all that comes from referrals. So literally, guys, it's like if we each refer 3 and then like we're almost there. So So anyways, I think that's what you're asking. You bet, John. Happy to have you a part of this, brother. Dude, I'm not even lying, Justin. Like we can talk more about like kind of like what the exit is, like going public or whatnot. But I would love to have like, how on the New York Stock Exchange, like where the bell is, there's that platform. I would love to pack it out with like 1,000 of us. I don't know if they'll let it happen, but that'd be cool. That'll send a message for sure. And then can we get V1 screenshots of share? Corey, no, this is something that I wanted to talk about. Actually, I want to keep this in-house for now because Robinhood and Webull or any other startup has funding or money, and they can whip this stuff out way fast. And so think about what we're doing with little to no money in retrospect. But I want to keep it under wraps until we launch it. But I was thinking about sending it out, and then like this weekend I was like, I don't think we should, just with the little tweaks that we're making. So yeah, let's keep it under wraps for now. But I'm fine if you want to share it with friends and stuff, but not on social media. Yeah, I think John, I think you're right. John Michael, I think you're right. SPAC is kind of where it's at. I've actually already been talking to a few people that are familiar with SPACs, and yeah, I think that's where it's at. I think they raised like $188 billion in 2020, and only like 15% of the money's been allocated. So yeah, so there's definitely money for SPACs. And guys, if we get to like 200,000 people, like we'd have enough money, like, or enough revenue coming in that a SPAC would be like, yeah, let's take this to the next level for sure. Andre, what's up, man? Welcome. Let's see. Let's see. How many more Ask Me Anything meetings will we have? Like 3 times a week, like for as long as I see. I love these because it helps us connect as a company and as shareholders. And so also what I'm thinking, after I get caught up on my to-do list, I'd love to just live stream for 2-3 hours a day, just like on my trading as well. Like, so we can just talk about like trades, what's happening in the markets, the news headlines and stuff. But there's a few things I need to get caught up on first. And then do something like that. But we're going to keep these Ask Me Anythings going for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I don't see us stopping them anytime soon. Andre, yeah, there is some substance to that. But from what I understand, and I did talk to a trademark attorney, lawyer, from what I understand is you can't trademark a meme. And so, yeah, so that's all I know. Yeah, we do have a long-term plan for that. Yeah, so we have a long-term plan for that. We want to do everything from like OTC all the way up to, you know, the big dogs, and then Forex, crypto. I was even looking at some like futures exchanges and stuff that we can plug into our platform as well. So yeah, I would love this to be a one-stop shop for all of us, especially mobile retail traders, with a really clean interface, but you can do everything from your phone. And so yeah, that's definitely on our roadmap for sure. I know Alpaca. So you know how Robinhood kind of limits, like they don't even have all the publicly traded companies on their platform. Alpaca, which is the broker dealer that we're connecting with on our front end, they don't limit it. So we're already automatically going to have more stocks than Robinhood has to trade, but then we have a plan to just crush the market with our options. So yes, Brian, there's fractional shares as well for sure. Alvin, beta version coming out, still on track for middle to end of April. Corey, hit me up with this question after, brother. I haven't received my email yet. Donna, sorry to hear that. If you signed up after February 14th or 16th, I went through this a few minutes ago. February 16th, then we haven't sent them yet. They're still being processed. If you signed up before February 16th, you should have gotten it. It would either come from PandaDoc or Gust, GUST.com. And so if you still haven't received it from Gust, GUST.com or PandaDoc, and you signed up before February 16th, shoot me a text because you should have gotten it. Thanks for letting me know, though. Yeah, Eli, I agree. One-stop shop is definitely the move for sure. As far as crypto, what kind of variety are we trying to do as far as like DeFi, NFT. I hate the limitations on what's available from exchange to exchange. Corey, that's a great question. So somebody asked me this. Someone texted me this question yesterday and said, "Will we have 90% of the cryptos available?" Because no U.S. brokerages do. Again, the problem is there's a lot of regulation that's starting to be put into place around the crypto trading, which obviously I don't agree with, but I think Gemini, which is the Winklevoss twins exchange, they have a lot, not all of them, but I'm trying to vet out the ones that we can plug into our platform that gives us the most as a US trader, right? Like obviously we're not gonna be able to offer what Binance can or the other exchanges that are outside of the US, but we're gonna do our best to find the one that's not just Coinbase where you get like, I don't know, 12 or something like that. I have a Coinbase account, but it's ridiculous how limited it is. So I'm trying to find the best broker dealer that we can partner with so that we are not so limited for sure. You know it. That's what we're building for sure. Will the beta version be just a tester or can we actually? So Sean, great question, bro. So how we're gonna launch? So this is how software launches, right? So like when the software is completed, you have to have beta users, and the beta users are the ones that test out all the bugs in the platform. So like obviously, the more beta users that we have, the faster we're gonna find the bugs in the app development or the development of the application. So I don't want to do that with real money because if there's bugs, obviously in the app and it's a real money account, that could go sideways pretty quick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna launch the beta with paper trading. We're gonna all paper trade for, I don't know, a week or two. Find the bugs. Obviously, the developers will have instant access to what's happening in the app, so they can see where the bugs are. And then once the bugs are fixed, the updates are pushed out. Then we'll plug in to Alpaca's brokerage, and then we'll be able to start trading. I still think we can do all that by the end of April, beginning of May. But yeah, that's kind of how new software works. Software launches. Jacob, I know a lot of you have this question. How do I make a payment for my free stonks? That would be terrible if I said it was free and you had to pay for them. Don't worry about it. We're good. I know the form says to pay for it. It's a penny. We're covering it. So don't worry about it, guys, for real. All right, guys, let's go 3 more minutes. I can't believe we've already been talking an hour. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. My wife looks at me like I'm crazy too, but it's cool. It's cool. Am I able to purchase stocks for grandkids under their names for them? Jake, I think we need to wait till WeFunder launches. Well, let me take this back. What do you mean? Do you mean stocks in our company or stocks as a whole? If you want to be able to purchase for grandkids on the stock market, you have to go through a brokerage account under their name, I believe, or you gift it. I don't know those rules, but that would be done through the brokerage account. Yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying here. We need a more focused group for different social media sites. Yeah, let's talk about this on the people that want to be involved in the social media side during that moderator chat that we're going to have. Drewski, great question. Real quick, so we're now on the stock trading side. So through Alpaca, it's commission free. So we're not going to be obviously. The trades will be free. We're going to charge for the platform like $5 to $10 a month, which is very similar to Webull and Robinhood. They charge for margin, right? So, and so we're going to do something similar, $5-10 a month for the trading app. That way, Stonks can start making revenue so that we can move on to our next projects. But then, yeah, it's commission free through Alpaca, which is a brokerage that we're plugging into. Beta team, yeah, you know it. Andrew, yes, I have 7 on the list, but I haven't narrowed it past down that past that yet, because I want to go stocks, then crypto, then Forex, then futures. I'm working on Twitter and some Reddit. Awesome. Thanks, Gabriel. Appreciate it, bro. Hope this doesn't happen, but it's a very good question. What shares are you talking about? Are you talking about what you own in a brokerage account, or Stonks shares, like of the company? That is all. If you're talking about our company shares, that is all laid out in the shareholder agreement and the spousal consent form. So make sure you read through that. Alvin, you're signed up now. So if you, we're obviously, when we launch the beta, I'm going to announce it. And if you want it, we're going to send it to you. So yeah, so just let me know. Boom. Guys, let's go like 2 more minutes. Oh, I'm to the end. Okay. I was hoping to have cat face filter or rando Zoom meetings for Ask Me Anything. Scott, that's good, man. That's real good. Custodial shares. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm not a lawyer. So anything outside of what is laid out in the shareholder agreement, you might want to seek counsel on. I'm sure that there's provisions in there that you can pass the custodial shares on. But again, I don't quote me on that. I would consult counsel on that if you need, for sure. Yep. So real quick, I started putting a doc together on kind of like a cohesive messaging, so that we can blast it out across all our social media channels. So that should be done by midday tomorrow. And I'll get that out to everybody. I'll post that in the communities page and on our Facebook group. So if you are not in our Facebook group, go to our Facebook page, Stonks Trading. There's groups, request to be added in the group, and you'll be in. Let's see. Okay, guys, that's 8 o'clock. I got to start winding down so I can get up at 5 and start crushing it tomorrow. John Michael, let's talk about the Stonks coin some more this week. We're going to have a crypto expert on one of these Ask Me Anythings this week, so that we can April, if you're on the phone, thanks for sending me the calendar invite. I'll make sure I accept it. But anyways, yeah. Even if it starts out like Doji. Yeah, so I'm going to have a crypto expert on this week so we can start talking about what it's like, what it's going to look like to mint our own coin. And then we'll be able to make a plan from there. All right, you guys, I gotta wrap it up. I gotta get some good rest tonight so I can get a workout in the morning and then start cranking out some work tomorrow for all of us. I'll have an update for us tomorrow. We'll probably do another live chat tomorrow night if you guys want to jump on the phone for 30, 45 minutes or so, or jump on live and do it. But guys, again, thank you so much to all of you for being a part, spreading the word. I appreciate all the help that you're giving me to get this moving. Certainly thankful for all of you. Appreciate you guys. If you need anything, let me know. If I'm slow to respond to you tonight, I'm tired, so I'm going to try to go to bed early. But I'll make sure I get your guys' text back soon. But guys, until tomorrow, let me know if you need anything. I'm going to work for you guys all day tomorrow. But let's crush it together. Let me know if you need anything, guys. Peace.